And now, here he is, the one, the only...
Honey, what channel is the show on?
It's on NBC.
Valentine's Day. Oh, that's me.
I have it on NBC.
Here she is now, Miss Dinah Shore.
No, NBC 3.
Alright, hold on.
The honeymooners.
Which one was NBC 3?
Channel 7.
Okay, I got it. Get the kids. Come on, it's about to start.
Coming, Father.
Girls, coming to you live from the broadcast studios of NBC, the world's first globe-wide color broadcast using the latest technologies from our new Earth Union scientists. It's the launch of Phoenix 1. Today is June 14th, 1949. I'm Bob Fitch, and I'll be your host this evening as we first look back before this historic space rocket launch. The Great Wars in Europe and the Pacific ended only 3 years ago. Then, on May 29th, 1945, the Earth Union was formed by almost all the great nations during a summit held at the Bilderberg Hotel in the Netherlands. Since then, we've been taken on a whirlwind tour in a worldwide quest for space technology. It has not been an easy road. The path has been paved with a dozen failures as our Earth Union Space Agency scientists learned to master this new technology. But despite all the failures, the EUSA promises that today will be different. Today we shall see the first launch of an artificial moon around the Earth. I'm in the Launch Control Center here in San Francisco of the District of the United States, and the launch personnel around me say that they are very optimistic. Wait, yes? In fact, yes, I'm receiving word now. They believe all systems are go. Yes, indeed, we are all go for the launch. The Phoenix 1 is of course sitting on the pad in Mogadishu, Somalia. According to our experts here in San Francisco at USA headquarters, Mogadishu was selected as the launch site because of its proximity to the equator. Apparently, the spin of the Earth itself will act to give the rocket a boost of speed as it lifts off, and the close proximity to the equator will give it a greater boost as compared to all other possible locations on Earth. Also, future satellites are being designed to launch into very high orbits around Earth and its equator. They will provide new capabilities in transcontinental communications and television broadcasts. By starting at the equator, they will have an advantage to reaching the high altitudes that will be required. But now I'm getting word that the launch is beginning. Let's watch as this historic launch gets underway.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Greetings, Kerbonauts! This is Kerbal Space Program. I'm Bob Fitch, and this is episode number 1 of Project Ares. This is the sequel to Projects Gateway and Odyssey, so spoiler warning, I'm going to quickly tell you what has already happened in those series, just in case you haven't seen them before. So here we go. An energy experiment went haywire and caused a rip in the Kerbal spacetime, allowing plans for the real ISS from Earth to slip from our dimension into the Kerbal dimension. The Kerbals used those plans to build a small-scale replica of the station, believing that it had something to do with dimensional travel or time travel, but before they could truly discover what the ISS was supposed to be used for, an anomaly caused the Kerbal Sun to supernova, which shifted the Space Center into another dimension. To get home and save their universe, the Kerbals needed to put together 2 pieces of an ancient artifact to gain control over the time rifts. They succeeded and used their new power to go back in time to change their history and prevent the destruction of their sun. The energy experiment never exploded, and their universe was saved. So what happens next? What happens now that they can continue their work in safety? Well, I'll let them tell you the story themselves.
Okay, are we ready to do this? Yes, sir. One adjustment? On your word. Okay, do it. Shut it down. Shut it down. So that was the same thing as the other tries, right?
Yes, sir. Every time we do it, there's some kind of energy feedback.
Alright, shut it all down. Don't run any more experiments until I get a chance to look over the results. Will be distributed later today, and tomorrow we'll begin the full integration on the second half. The day after that, we'll be ready for the first launch test. Alright, that sounds good, but be sure the level 3 protocols are in place first. Ah, here comes Bob with the update on his energy experiments. Krantz, Bill, good day. Let's wait for Jeb, though. I saw him in the hall, so he should be coming now. Gentlemen? Okay, I'll start. Basically, the result of my analysis is, I think we've discovered something extraordinary here. Computer, bring up analysis Anomaly Alpha. As you can see here, the energy fluctuations show that what's happening each time we activate the device is micro black holes are forming, and just beyond the event horizon, there are tiny wormholes into an alternate dimension. We've actually been kind of lucky, I think. It seems from all of my calculations that they should have erupted, possibly tearing the fabric of space-time between our dimension and some of these other dimensions we're in contact with. I don't know what's stabilizing the field, but something's going on here. We should investigate this a little more. What do you think might be the result if we keep poking at this dimensional membrane? If I were to guess, I'd say we're on the verge of making contact with possibly intelligent life in another reality. But as long as we can keep the field contained, and it looks like we can, I think we should be safe. Alright then, continue with the investigations.
So, this is it.
Yes, sir, this will be the main control center, the hub of all decisions about the gateway.
And the field has remained stable.
By applying 1.21 gigawatts exactly to the flux capacitor, we're able to stabilize the interdimensional portal. There are signs of temporal reversion around the event horizon, but we compensate for the
temporal reversion?
signs of time travel.
But who did the time traveling?
Well, it could be anyone. It might have even been us. That would explain the additional field stability that we can't identify.
So you're saying we traveled back in time to stabilize our own field?
It would make sense.
And we don't remember it?
Because the timeline is different.
Okay, I get it.
Anyway, we compensate for that with a highly focused tachyon beam directed at the aperture.
And you're sure we've made contact with something on the other side?
Yes, sir. We don't have a visual yet to know what, but we do have audio, and it appears there are beings with language, though we don't understand them yet.
Okay, well, we can get that figured out on our end. We have recruits and applicants coming in tomorrow for interviews.
Have we decided who's going to lead the project yet?
I was thinking my brother Joseph.
Oh, I didn't know you had a brother.
He's a civilian scientist.
Great, well, I guess we'll see who else we can get tomorrow, and maybe someone can help us translate this language. Alright, listen up. We're ready to begin the last round of testing. This is the final round. The 3 days of testing you've just been through have whittled the field down to just 42 remaining candidates. Your group is the last who will take this final test, and after that we'll select just 12 to be part of the Gateway program. Before we begin, I'll take roll call. Auden, here. Gregka, here. Kesla, here. Mondran, here. Svetlana,
Yes, sir.
Tilova, present. And Valentina.
Here.
Alright, everyone take a station. We'll rotate through until everyone has had a chance at every station. This round of testing will take 6 hours. It'll be broken up into phases. In phase 1, you'll be put through a series of... Activate Protocol 3. Check.
We have a problem with the inducers.
Run Program Beta 3.
Running.
Fire in the chamber.
Beta 3 reports critical error 42.
We're losing containment. Activate containment field.
Field offline.
Well, the first simulation seems to be going about as well as can be expected. Who's in this one again? Let's see. Joseph. He's the leading candidate to run the project. We also have a new recruit from the other space center. His name is Sergey. It's good to see how this anomaly project is bringing together the two sides. I agree. And last we have Hadfield, a pilot from the Kurdan sector. Okay, Kerbals, let's begin. You all know me by now. I'm Krantz Kerman, Global Operations Director. With me today is Joseph, who you should also know by now has been assigned as Regional Director of the Gateway Project. I'll be at the global headquarters, so Joseph will be in charge of you here. I will therefore turn this briefing over to him. Joseph? Oh, thank you, Krantz. Okay, look around you folks. You're the best of the best. As you know, Bob uncovered a dimensional portal to another universe, and we intend to explore it. There are beings on the other side, and just this morning we have established peaceful communications with them. They are called humans. They seem to be similar to us, though 2/3 larger in size. If you would direct your attention to the screen, we can show you a short video that shows what we know so far. First, we opened the wormhole to establish a communications link. There seems to be many factions of humans, so we have much to learn about them. After making contact with them, we sent this image to introduce ourselves. They seem to have understood it, because they sent this back. We've also managed to pick up this broadcast from one of their factions, although we are not sure if this is the same faction we've made contact with.
Sir, do the factions have names too? What names do we know so far? Who have we contacted?
Those are great questions. Yes, each faction seems to have a separate name. The one we've established contact with so far seems to be called Deutsche. Ma'am, we're detecting it again.
The temporal distortion?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me hear it.
Accessing.
So there's definitely a time differential there?
Yes, ma'am. But what does this mean?
It means that the time here is moving slower than over there. What feels like a few days here can be months for them.
Well, we already knew we'd have to get used to talking to many different humans. They only live 100 years or less from what info they've given us so far.
It's so weird. I don't know how they can get anything done with such short lives.
Dr. Joseph, come in. This is Joseph, go ahead. Stay in your office. I'm coming to you with something to discuss. Okay, Bob. I'm not going anywhere. It's about It's about the humans, or more specifically the Deutsche. They seem to have been lying to us. They said they were sharing our technology with their world, but we now have reason to believe they've been using it to develop weapons to attack other factions. Computer. Cancel remote communication mode. Computer. Bring up the Human map. This shows the layout of their factions, and based on broadcasts we've been intercepting, we do not believe they are as peaceful as we were initially led to believe. Computer. Run Human history file 237. This shows that their initial attempts to make use of our technology went about as you'd expect, but keep watching. Yes, we can't have our tech being used for war. It was meant for their entire planet, for all the factions. Assemble the team. We need to make a new plan. Okay, everyone, let's get right to it. As you know, 2 weeks ago we started getting the disturbing images you can see on the screen above me. The Deutsche faction was not sharing our tech with all factions on their planet, and some of our tech is even being used to wage a war that has been spreading across their globe. We can't allow that, so we're not going to leave this room until we've decided on a solution. Okay, that's the plan. Everyone knows what to do next, so let's get to work. I'd like to take a moment to congratulate everyone here for a job well done. Thanks to all of you, let's look at how far we've come. We have a device capable of translating all human languages. We've made contact with every human faction's government. Although they have yet to reveal our presence to all their people, I understand their concern, and I have faith that in time, when their populace is ready to hear the news, they will reveal us to them. Their global war is coming to an end, and best of all, inspired by our own planet's form of government, they have begun to form a global government of their own. They appear to be calling themselves the Earth Union right now. Our next step is to open the wormhole enough to allow small amounts of matter to pass through, and eventually send a Kerbal to their world. Let's focus research on that goal now, and see if we can get someone through within the next 2 years. They have a whole new universe ready for us to explore over there. Ready, Hatfield?
Yes, sir. Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, remember, it's the year 1947 for the humans, so they've had almost 10 of their years to get used to the idea of us. But their general public still doesn't know, so keep yourself out of sight for now. The world government has created a special division for dealing with us called the Earth Union Space Agency. You'll be meeting with their representatives in a place called Mexico. No. Wait. New Mexico.
What was wrong with old Mexico?
Nothing at all. In fact, it's a great country. I think the humans just make backups of everything they like. York, Zealand, Jersey, England, Orleans, they do it a lot. Anyway, they have a remote site ready for your arrival. And the temporal shifting is fixed? You mean the incident last week?
Yes, we caused an explosion in what they call Russia, right?
Yes, due to the time shifting. The explosion was actually back in time by 30 years from their point of view, but we have the time drift accounted for now, and we're sure you'll arrive in their 1947.
Okay, let's do it.
Good luck. We'll contact you as soon as you're through.
Are we getting back Hadfield's telemetry yet?
Yes, sir, but it was distorted. We think we can account for the shift next time we send someone, but this time there was another slight explosion.
Not as bad as what we caused in Russia, was it?
No, sir, not even close, but it did bring down one of the unmanned experimental crafts they built from the plans we sent them. They were hovering it nearby to film our arrival.
Anyone hurt?
No humans were hurt. Hadfield was knocked out, maybe a few scrapes, but he seems okay overall. They took him to a nearby facility and were advising them on how to treat him medically.
Alright, overall, not too bad then.
Not at all, though there is a concern the explosion, the craft, and Hadfield were all witnessed by some of their public.
Are we using the same cover story that a meteorite exploded overhead like we did in Russia?
No, their military is claiming it was a weather balloon and swamp gas and assures us that their populace will easily fall for that cover story.
Okay, good. I guess I'll go and report to Joseph then. Joseph, Hadfield is through. He was bumped and bruised by the trip, but the funny thing is that since time moves faster there than here, he probably already got better just in the time it took me to come over here and tell you that. Yes, that's fine. I got an update on the politics of their planet. I wanted to let you know. The new Earth Union and their Earth Union Space Agency has worked out an agreement with us. Since we have the space tech, the knowledge, the longer lifespans, the more durable bodies, and less mass, we'll be doing all the exploration of their universe. They'll provide us with whatever materials and production facilities we need. And all their best scientists from across their whole globe are ready to assist us in learning the physics of their world. In return, we need to share all our discoveries with them and build all bases and stations to human scales, so that they can send personnel to them after we're done using them. They also have a few particular missions they want us to undertake, such as setting global communications and positioning satellites, exploring their planet's moon, and an inner planet they call Mars. Honestly, we'd probably have been doing all of that anyway. Sounds like a good deal. So, ready a full team. We're going to send a full complement of Kerbals through and get this endeavor started immediately. Good luck, everybody. We'll be right behind you. Don't worry, all the kinks have been worked out. You'll arrive right where we want.
Wormhole is charged, sir.
Alright, everybody. Group 1, if you're not ready to depart, speak now. Very well. Activate wormhole. Send through Group 1. Group 2, it's our turn. Let's do this.
So this is a real solar system series, but the Kerbals have altered the human timeline by introducing advanced technology to the allies of World War II. That caused the war to end sooner, and now scientific discovery is at an all-time high across Earth. The humans have formed a new worldwide governing body called the Earth Union. Lots of what we believe to be history has already changed, and even more will change as we go forward with the series. A bunch of the crew we know from Gateway and Odyssey have gone through a portal to Earth and are secretly helping the new government develop space exploration technology from a secret base in New Mexico, of what used to be the United States of America. The Kerbals will use the technology themselves, but also build it to human sizes so that humans can have it all when the Kerbals are done exploring. It's a win-win for Kerbals and humans. Kerbals get to explore, and humans get new advances in science, medicine, and technology. The space agency is located in San Francisco, and the New World government sits in Rotterdam on the coast in the Netherlands. The first launch site is in Mogadishu, Somalia, and the first space link to my remote tech network is just a few kilometers north up the coast. Generally speaking, I'll be trying to make a 20-minute episode once a week, releasing every Monday unless I'm on vacation, or if I'm making a new Project Alexandria, because those take a long time to make now. This one has been a little longer since it's the first of this series, but we're going to end it now, so next time I'll explain more about this new world, this first launch, and our general mission objectives. So until next time, I will see you later, Kerbinauts.